Hello and welcome. Forgot to flip it. And welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 311, released June 1992. Our price, $1.75, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, let me please remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Yeah, I still have the napkin and the microphone. I don't know when I'm going to fix it, okay? So it's just going to be like that, all right? So just drop it. If you want to support me in another way, aside from leaving a comment or subscribing or hitting thumbs up on this video, which are, in fact, the best ways to support this channel. You want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. You do that, you can get all sorts of goodies. You can get a 6 set of stickers right here. You can get an awesome Alfred E. Newman stencil, lovingly 3D printed by me, taken off, given a kiss, and put in an envelope. And of course, my MAD buttons featuring the signatures of the 4 of the 5 founders of MAD Magazine. That's Harvey Kurtz and Will Elder, Jack Davis, and Wally Wood. So you can support me there if you want to. These are the people that support me right now: Frank Schneider, Misamo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead-Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep earning it. Anyway, let's get into this. This is... Wait, where am I? Boop. There we go. Is this focusing right? Why does this look like crud? So we have Mad Magazine number 311, a beautiful cover by Richard Williams. I do really, really quite enjoy this. I know, like, I'm Newmanizations of characters, just putting Alfred E. Newman's face on them. It's kind of hit or miss for me. I haven't figured out what it is that I like when I like it, and I haven't figured out what it is I dislike when I dislike it. But I feel strongly either way. And this is one that works because it is a little disturbing. Every single member, we have Wednesday and Pugsley and what is this guy's name? Bald man, Gomez and Lady, and then, their butler. I don't know. If these are the Munsters, I would know who they are. They've all been Newmanized, and it's like, especially the mom, that's like kind of disturbing. Wednesday is disturbing. Graham actually looks fine, but yeah. So here we go. The Addams Family and Home Improvement are going to get sent up in this issue of Mad Magazine, and boy, that's a cool cover. Know what it is, I think, that I like about it is that this is like basically the cover of, or the poster to, the Addams Family. And if you don't look, if you just like take a glance at it, a cursory glance, upon first blush, it looks like that. And then you look a little closer and you see that's not Angelica Houston. That's Angelica Newman. Anyway, what do we got here? House ad, Mad Super Special. I don't know. I'm not a Star Trek person. I don't really know what this means. Anyway, let's just move on. You guys, unfortunately, well, there is this. This is kind of cool. Somebody sent in. Who is it? As you can see by the enclosed photo, I had the chutzpah to send General Norman Schwarzkopf a copy of Mad 305 to sign, and was amazed when I received it back autographed. David Lubin, MD. He's a medical doctor. Impressive lube job, MD. Tell you what, we'll swap you 2 Dick Cheneys and a Colin Powell for it. No? Well, how about if we throw in a mint Dan Quayle rookie card with original crayon scribblings? Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney, man. He's been around forever. Dude's a classic. Okay. Here we go. The Ad Nauseum Family. This is Mort Drucker drawing this, obviously. And there's a ton of ton of chicken fat in um, this spoof. Um, here's like the Hook, Captain Hook. That was a big movie at the time. That little what is that called? Gravestone. You have showing the man eating piranha. There's like the Siamese cats. I like this, the cardinal. And I wonder what that has to do with. I remember when this movie came out, and I remember I was 6 years old, probably, maybe 7. I saw it at home. And my dad said to my mom, "Do you know who plays Gomez Adams?" And she said, "I do not." And he said, "It's Raul Julia." And she was like, "Oh, no way." Now, that name at the time meant nothing to me. And now that name still means nothing to me. But I looked it up on IMDb. And he did play a Catholic archbishop. So is that a reference to that? But it was Archbishop Oscar Romero, who I don't believe was a cardinal. I think he was just an archbishop. Um, I think it's just like a bird in a cage and it's a cardinal and that's funny. I think that's the joke. I might be overthinking it a bit. But look, you have like Jason, you have Uncle Fester, that's his name. There's a Tales from the Crypt and Mad magazine down in his little hovel. I don't know. This was a fun movie. I have to say, I remember this movie very fondly. Christopher Lloyd, Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, of course, Christina Ricci, and then some chubby kid that nobody remembers. Oh, that's too bad for him. Anyway, here we go. It never works, but you gotta try. This is written by Mike Snyder and drawn by show favorite Harry North Esquire. I like those artists. Um, I like all the Mad artists. That's not true. But I do like the ones who are maybe a little rough around the edges. And Harry North Esquire is one of them. There you go. It never works, but you got to try. Getting your folks to buy something you want by telling them how much it would enrich their lives. Ooh, I haven't tried that one in so long. Motivating yourself to take off weight by purchasing an entirely new wardrobe the same size you had worn when you were in shape. That seems like just a waste of money to me. Innocently rechecking your ticket when the guy whose seat you're in shows up to claim it. Oh my God. This one hits close to home. Periodically tuning in the pay TV channels in case your cable box forgot to scramble them. We're doing this where it'd be like ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And then you would get that weird inverted color version of Spice TV. Oh my God. Anyway, you kids don't remember those days. Leaving work a half hour early the day before a 3-day weekend to avoid holiday traffic. And then my favorite is down here. Making a car salesman a ridiculously low cash offer he's supposed to pounce on because it's in cash. Yeah, when I discovered that people who sell cars, like dealerships, they make their money off of financing. So cash is actually a worse deal for them. And if you're going to pay in cash, you have to negotiate as though you're going to finance and then switch over to the cash offer. Yeah, it's crazy. Here we have a mad look at gardening. You guys, for the longest time, I don't know how long this has been happening, but I've only been recording in 720p. It should be 1080p now. And you should be able to like appreciate this in a crisp, beautiful image. If you can't, then I fucked up still. And let me know in the comments, please. I don't know. Can I tell you how much I hate? This is me. I hate gardening. Gardening sucks. It's the worst thing you could ever do. I like house plants. I like. Look at this guy. In the hammock. Ah! That's it. I want to be that guy. That's who I want to be. That's the life I want to live. And then this poor schmuck. Look at thinks he's planting daisies. He's got a wheelbarrow and up come pumpkins. That would be, I bet that would be kind of a pleasant surprise, right? I imagine it would have to be. Now, here we have MAD suggestions for Gulf War memorials. I don't remember the Gulf War a whole lot. I was a child. I was like 6 years old when it was happening. And yeah, so I just know, I have vague recollections of it. MAD goes hard at the Gulf War. And here we go. This is their first one. Artist and writer Al Jaffe. For distinguished service at Pentagon briefings, we honor the media for blindly and patriotically accepting the official government line and abandoning its normal policy of asking pointed, hard-hitting questions. Boy, sounds like a recent war we're seeming to get involved in. And also yeah, I mean, maybe the last war, no, they pushed back against that one, didn't they? It just did no good. It lasted for 20 years regardless. Oh, here we go. Proudly dedicated to the CIA for deliberately not predicting the Iraq invasion of Kuwait, which provided the necessary excuse for destroying vast quantities of military equipment the CIA sold to Saddam, and which was sure to become a major embarrassment if he launched a nuclear war someday. Boy, sometimes MAD goes so hard and they get it so right. It's astonishing. Honoring the profound vision of our commander-in-chief, who courageously continued vacationing at the height of Desert Storm in order to set an example of coolness under fire to calm the fears of an anxious nation. Don't forget, George Bush Sr., what did he run before he was president? That's right, the CIA. Sorry, guys. This channel is slowly going to morph into a conspiracy-based channel. And I don't care if you like it. You got to take your medicine. Horrifying political cliches. I did want to spend some time on this, but this issue is so chock full of goodies that you just got to hit pause and read this. Okay, that was some time for you to hit pause. I'm going to move on. I love Paul Coker Jr. and I love horrifying cliches, so it does bum me out to just blow by that. I wanted to get to this. Most things serve some useful purpose, but far too many items exist for no valid reason at all. Yes, they're worthless. Why do they exist? Why do they take up valuable shelf space? In other words, if you never hear anyone say, okay, so this is written by Mark Hoodis and drawn by John Pound. Now, this is, I'm going to call this the Cabbage Patch issue because here we have the first of 3 Cabbage Patch contributors in this magazine. All right, so let's zoom in. If you never hear anyone say, if there were a way to get this salad, if only there were a way to get this salad into a bowl, then why do we have the salad shooter? Wait, let me figure that out again. If you never hear anyone say, if only there were a way to get the salad into a bowl, then why do we have the salad shooter? John Pound has such a cool style. If you never hear anyone say, there's a way to contact the afterlife, I bet it's with a mass-produced plastic board game from Parker Brothers, then why do you have the Ouija board? If you never hear anyone say, you know, it would be fun tonight listening to depression-inducing recordings of people pretending to be my friends, then why do we have 1-900 romance lines? If you never hear anyone say, there's got to be a way to make myself look at least a little more like a prostitute, then why do we have Lee press-on nails? If you never hear anyone say, I tell you, if there are two things that make a great comedian, they're being really unfunny and having huge triceps. Then why do we have Joe Piscopo? Why does Joe Piscopo get so much hate? Joe Piscopo was on Saturday Night Live. I don't understand the hate. Poor Joe Piscopo. In the comments below, please let me know, why did people hate Joe Piscopo? Anyway, this John Pound artwork is beautiful. Oh, look at this skeleton man. Okay, if you never hear anyone say, honey, the doctor said that instead of getting our nutrients from cheese, milk, and leafy green vegetables, we should take antacid tablets, then why do we have Tums plus calcium? I don't know. Maybe some people don't get enough calcium. Oh, look at, golly, such a cool artist. I wish he would have done more for Mad Magazine. Hold on. Now I want to know, how much did he have? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, he's only had a handful of them, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe? That last one, I'm not sure. It was issue 500. Yeah, no, 15. 15. Man, that's not many. This Spy vs. Spy is kind of interesting. And I will tell you what's interesting about it. That's the signature down here. It's C/P. And this was drawn by Bob Clark, but it was written by Antonio Prohias. Now, I'm used to seeing like Clark Edwing, or like Edwing Manic, Clark Manic. I don't know. I don't really remember this era. But Antonio was able to write, but apparently not able to draw. So I would say this would be a true spy versus this. I would consider this a Prohias Spy versus Spy, because really the thing that makes it Spy versus Spy is the writing, right? Or is it the art? I think the fact that so many people have done it, it's the writing? I don't know. But anyway, so look at, he taps the keys, he puts in nitroglycerin, some nitro and some glycerin. He goes to play the piano. And then the black spy knocks him in the head, hits the two things, and blows himself up. That's genius. And look, he's so happy that he's like, and drinks it. Apparently, I don't know. Here we have Gnome Improvement, which is Home Improvement, man. Tim Allen, dude. When I was a kid, what, he was the man. This is the best show ever. Okay? At least, I mean, I haven't watched it since the first airing of it when I was a kid, and I would watch it sporadically, but I loved it. Look at, there was Tim the Toolman Taylor, and then there was this other guy. The other guy, you think I'm going to say he's from Minnesota, because I say that anytime there's somebody from Minnesota. But, wait, is he from Minnesota? He was in the U.S. Navy Seabees. That's a fact. Anyway, here we have the Sagi Sea Saga. All right, I paused the recording to look it up. He's not from Minnesota. I'm moving on. The Sagi Sea Saga. Oh my God, this is a wordy Edwing one. Do I even want to put in the effort to read this? Oh, golly, that's hard. The passengers on this cruise are bored out of their minds. Can't you get some music on the radio that we can pipe in? We're out too far, Captain. The reception is terrible. How about getting members of the crew together to play musical instruments? What good would that do, sir? We can organize a band on ship, sir. I want a band on ship. A band on ship. Band on ship. Oh my God, we're doomed. Guess they don't like band music. Oh, that's pretty hard. But no, it's not hard. The fact that we have arrived at our second appearance of an artist who was submitted and was, contributed to the Garbage Pail Kids. That's right. We're still on our garbage pail issue. Here we go. Look at that. Tom Bunk, his beautiful artwork from a segment called Customer Satisfaction Surveys. We'd really like to see. But I'm not going to read it because I've read enough, all right? You want me to suffer more? Somebody does want me to suffer more. The last video, somebody said, hey, why don't you read the lighter side of? They're short. They don't take that long. And I told him, I said, yes, on the next recording, I'll look at some lighter side of. So this is truly, go back to the previous video. This is an actual request from an actual viewer. They want to see it. I got to give the people what they want, okay? So this is the lighter side of sound. Our neighbor Jack is going to the record store to buy some new CDs, and I'm going to go with him. Oh, that's nice. But I thought you two didn't like each other. How come you're shopping for music together? Thin walls. Okay, how about this one? Football. I know you've been explaining the strategy of this game, but I'm still confused. They're still playing on the field. Why is half of the stadium emptying out? Fans have strategy too. They're rushing to the restrooms to avoid the crowds at halftime. Okay. How about this one? My wife made me a millionaire. Really? She must be a very smart person. Before the divorce, I was a multimillionaire. These are jokes that he heard at a bar. Okay? That's that. These are jokes he heard people tell. Like at the dentist office. Front desk, my window is facing a brick wall. I thought all the rooms in this hotel had a view. Turn on the television. This is the last one. Last one I'm doing. Looks like we're in financial trouble again. How come? Last month you said this month we would make ends meet. The government moved the ends again. Frickin' government. All right, he won me over with that just because the frickin' government, man. Jeez Louise. All right. This is great. You've been looking for Waldo. Now, where's some of these? Okay, this is Paul Peter Porges, right? Yeah, I said it right that time. Paul Peter Porges. Some of these are a little hit or miss. It took me forever to realize, I guess he chewed out the wires in the chandelier, and that caused it to fall. All right, that's the worst one. So, now where's Gabby the Gorilla? I love that one. I love the ass too. Like the way he draws people is so funny. Where is Fletcher the Flea? Where's Timothy the Turtle? Where's Gomer the Groundhog? Oh, I love these. I love it because obviously the great part is you don't actually see them. Where's Taj the Termite? Why not? Why is it Taj? Where's Gertie the Goldfish? Burp. I love that one. That one was probably my favorite. Now, here we are also, our final stop in the garbage pail issue. An Academy Award scene we would like to see. Writer Joy Wessel, artist James Warhola. All right. This is Billy Crystal. And the winner. Is that what he sounds like? And the winner for the special effects category, Terminator 2, accepting the award, Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hasta la vista, baby. I don't know. It's okay. That's an okay joke, but it's nice seeing Warhola, James Warhola. Like he's James Bond. I'm going to move on from this. Perv Why? Anyway. Now this is, I'm going to skip this. Too much reading. This has more reading, but it has a special place in my heart. Obituaries for merchandising characters. I mean, if you watch, it's coming, right? And it's my childhood hero, Joe Camel. Smooth character dies after missile attack. Smooth character, the humped symbol of Camel cigarettes, has died of injuries suffered during a missile attack. He was 11. According to a close friend, the Marlboro Man, the Smooth character had been visiting relatives in Kuwait during Operation Desert Storm. He was struck by fragments of a Patriot missile that had intercepted an incoming Scud. I apologize. Actually, his death is good for us, a Camel spokesman said today. It proves beyond all doubt that smoking doesn't kill you, but missiles do. Oh, poor Joe Camel. Anyway, here we have not playing the sequel, The Racketeer, Woodfellas, and Nursing Home Alone, a family comedy without the next of kin. A beautiful fold in that was never folded in. And here's the final example of Mad Magazine going hard AF, as the kids say. She's had 3 miscarriages in the last 2 years. Still, she drinks Johnny Warper. Good taste is always in absence. And just for fun, look at this issue was sent to Austin McInerney at 5648 Pillsbury Avenue. My old home, this one, an inherited issue from my big brother Ott. Anyway, you guys remember, please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.